Hello friend, welcome to Concept Technology. In this lecture we see what is the difference between SQL and PL SQL, and also what are the data types that are percentile type and percentile row type used in PL SQL. First we see the difference between SQL and PL SQL. So SQL is a natural language which is very useful for interactive processing. SQL stands for the structured query language. It is a language which is used to interact with the database, or we can create the database, we can modify the database, or we can manipulate the database by using some SQL commands. In PL/SQL, this is the extension of SQL. PL/SQL is the extension of SQL. That means we can use the SQL queries or SQL commands in terms of the procedural language, in terms of the programming languages. So, in SQL, no procedural capabilities like condition testing, looping is offered by SQL. That means in SQL, that structured query language, we cannot use the if statement, else statement, do loop, while loop, do while loop, or a for loop. Okay, but in other hand, PL/SQL support the procedural capabilities. That means we can use all the features of high-level language such as conditional statement, looping statement, etc. That means we can use the if statement, else statement, for loop, do while loop, etc. And next, all SQL statements are executed by the database server one at a time. Thus, it is a time-consuming process. This is the main drawback. That means we can execute only one query at a time. We cannot execute the bunch of queries at the same time in SQL, and which is a very time-consuming process. If you are going to use the same query, just like if you want to insert a data in a database, then you are going to execute the same query a number of times without repeating it, because you cannot use the for loop or any type of loop there. But in case of PLSQL, you can send the entire block of statement in the database server at the same time. Thus, the main advantage is it reduces the traffic, because you can execute the bunch of statement at the same time. But this facility is not available in SQL. Then the next is no error handling procedure are there in SQL. That means we cannot explicitly handle the error in SQL. But in terms of PL/SQL, you can handle the errors. You can handle the explicit errors because it supports the customized error handling. This is all about the SQL and PL/SQL. Okay, and this question is very important because this question is asked in number of interviews. If you are the fresher or experienced, a number of times this question is asked by the interviewer. So be prepared it. Okay. Then the next is percentile type and percentile row type data types. So what is exactly the percentile type is? Percentile type is a declaration attribute of anchoring. This percentile type is nothing but it works as like an anchor. It works like the anchor because this attribute provides the data type of the variable. This data type is used to provide the data type to the variable. Percentile type attribute is useful while declaring a variable that has the same data type as the table column. If you want to declare a variable for a particular column in a particular table and you are not aware about the data type of that particular column from that table, then you can use the percentile type data type. For example, if you want to declare the variable emp number has the same data type and size as the column emp number in the table emp, means in emp table we have one column that is emp number, and I am going to declare a one variable that is m underscore emp number, which is having the same data type and size of the column in the emp table. Okay, For that, I'm going to declare like this: m underscore emp number, then emp dot emp number percentile type. What is the meaning of this? Look here. EMP is the name of table dot EMP number. That means EMP number is the column which is exists in the table EMP, and percentile type means the type of data type which is uh, of EMP number is going to assign to this variable. So this is the percentile type attribute. Then the next is percentile row type. We see percentile type is used for a column, and the percentile row type is used for to declare the variable to be record having the same structure as a row in a table. Okay, so if you want to declare a variable which is having the same structure as a row in a table, then we use a percentile row type. So for example, if we declare the department underscore record, which is same like a department table percentile row type. That means just declare a record that can store an entire row for department table. So this is all about the percentile row type. Thank you.